Welcome back to part 3 of episode 17 of 4D, Death's Daily Dose of Dota. Today we're watching a game featuring the offlane play of EG.Universe on Tidehunter, who has the best stun, hands down, I don't care, of all time. It's 1,000 radius, meaning it's 2,000 in diameter, it's AoE, it stuns for 2.77 seconds. And the time it took for me to take that drink, you'd still be stunned. And we've seen some great stuns, some great ravages in this game at the 34-minute mark, in addition to the Blink Dagger and the Force Staff to help the initiation of our Tidehunter. EG.Universe picked up a Refresher Orb. Because what's better than one AoE 1,000 radius stun than two? That's it, two. And we've seen it to great use. We've seen it kill S4 several times on the Brewmaster before he's able to split, including, in a recent fight, in mid, a full 5-man wipe for Team Secret. That ultimately resulted in their Tier 2, their Tier 3, and the mid-racks being taken. We're going to hop back into the game and see the thrilling conclusion of Episode 17. Let's hop back into the game. When we left off, Tidehunter did die on the end of the mid-racks being taken. He's still down for a little bit. I'm sad. But Arteezy's not. He's at 24k net worth. He's doing a great job of farming. 6,000 gold just sitting around. He can immediately go for an Abyssal Blade if he'd like. Instead, just choosing to continue farming. His allies are going to be coming back online very shortly and at full force. He's just scouting out the Roshan. And oh, what's this? EG.Universe teleporting into the fight. He would love to initiate here, although Roshan is now down. Our EG heroes will have to be careful. Secret, instead just choosing to quickly retreat, knowing they were lucky for sneaking in that Roshan. A Daedalus now up on Medusa, along with the Asha and the Lincolns. Would have liked to see Kuroki pick up a... Well, he has a lot of options this game. Scotty is one of my more favorite items on Medusa, though. Instead, we just see Universe continuing to farm. He's up to about 150 gold, or 150 damage, rather. So he can right-click the Ancient Sound very quickly. Though he left a few there. Might have been suspecting a rotation coming out from Secret. And with the double Ravage ready again, we see him pull back. Stay behind the Tier 2 tower of his team. After all, if we check their vision, there is no Secret heroes on the map. Where are they? It's a secret. Anyway. Universe just staying behind his supports. The Puck, who has excellent escapability. PPD, well, he might just die in these fights, but if that helps Universe get good positioning for that double Ravage, not much else will matter. We see him also picking up a plate mail. Could be working on a Shiva's that'll give him a little extra mana and also just more AoE when he is able to get in there and double Ravage. That was a very close call coming out from the Secret rotation. Instead, our heroes are just staying together. They know the Aegis is on the opposing team. Arteezy choosing to pick up a Heart of Trask. Now up to 3.7k HP. He also has very respectable strength gain, 2.75. Still not as high as Tidehunter's 3.0. Arteezy now choosing to just farm up the Ancient Camp. Wants to make sure he has enough money for buyback. And Tidehunter just lying in wait. We see him not on the front line, even though he is a tanky hero. Now that he has the Blink Dagger and a Force Staff, he doesn't want to get doomed. He wants to be able to get in there and commit to a fight that's just occurred, or that's just started. And that fight may be right around the corner. A smoke on deck. Speaking of couriers, EG coming out with the EG courier with a smoke on it. and the Courier also coming out with some wards for the Keeper of the Light. They come mid. They do have smoke. This will be a big fight here. Arteezy popped. Universe still staying back, not tipping his hand. They know that someone is close. Zai coming in. BKBs are popped. Doom pops his BKB, so not much accomplished there with his ultimate, but he does catch Big Daddy on the high ground. And instead, we see him refresh instantly, or we see him use mana boots. He's holding off on that refresh, but he's just hanging back with the fight. Now he refreshes. He knows the BKBs will be wearing off soon. Arteezy's gonna need some help. He gushes the Doom, and the Aegis is popped. Kuroki coming in with that Stone Gaze. But Universe continues to chase Keeper of the Light. Another Anchor Smash coming off on him. He has another Ravage ready, but we see him being a little apprehensive. The heroes are spread out, the fighting is happening all over. And Doom, still a big threat to Tidehunter. As we see Arteezy, he's just chomping people away. Chasing, he can do that. Universe sitting back, hoping that there is a re-engagement by Secret, where he can turn around and execute that Ravage. PPD sitting at the back as well. He knows the heroes will be chasing the Lycan here. And here comes Universe, wanting to save his buddy. He's already low, 1000 HP. Fear coming in as well. Tidehunter, the Force Staff does not get him over the fissure, but he still commits the Ravage. Knowing that Nyx is low, Lycan is low, he gets it on Doom, and eventually secures the kill. Keeper of the Light will buy back, but Universe also secures a kill on Big Daddy. And then even though he's being DPS'd, he attempts to TP away. Fear and Arteezy still sticking around. Universe used most of his abilities, so instead he'll wait for that Blink Dagger and Force Staff to come off a cooldown. Arteezy almost getting hit by that mana leak, adroitly using his BKB at the perfect timing to ensure his escape. Looking at that fight recap, we saw the Ravage come off. We saw the Force Staff come in. The buyback from the Keeper of the Light. And also that Doom dying. Very big there. But Universe survives. He's on 6 deaths, 15 assists so far, and it's 90 seconds for Ravage to refresh. It's 90 seconds for Refresher Orb.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Arteezy lives. 9-1 right now, 16 assists himself. Doom, 8 deaths on plate. And Tidehunter chooses to go back, continue farming. There's going to be a bit of a lull here while our heroes respawn, so he can just continue working on that Shivas. He's about 600 gold away from it. A couple Kree camps and he will be able to secure that. Meanwhile, Arteezy is farming the Ancients now. Back up to 4.2k HP. He is very close to 6 slotted. And his BKB down to 5 seconds. Butterfly coming out for our Medusa. She will be even more tanky in the next fight, however. Butterfly doesn't stop Ravage. But we see EG.Universe just continuing to follow his teammates around. Arteezy leading the way. 20 seconds, and the double Ravage will be off of cooldown. With that glorious 1000 radius. And EG are looking to push top lane and engage in another fight. They know Roshan, not quite up yet. The Aegis was expended in the last fight. And this could be their opportunity to claim the second lane of Rax. We see Universe hanging back behind his other heroes. Zai with the stealth, scouting out. We see Lycan just standing there, sitting out the mana leak. Doesn't need to BKB yet. He knows they would be crazy to engage on him with his heroes in tow. But instead he chooses to shapeshift and run away, picking up the double damage rune, farming up just a little bit more. And Universe, along with Fear, will retreat. knowing that they test the defenses. Shapeshift has another 30 seconds before cooling down. Puck. One of my favorite sets. That Orb of Reminiscence. Really neat. It looks like an orb. Oh, you clever designers. Universe just farming in the top lane. He's up to 3,400 gold. He's sticking around with his 2 supports. And with the double ravage ready, he's ready for a fight. But the fight is in the bottom lane. Secret is smoked. They're wandering around. Arteezy, his lives, or his Lycan Whoops, are all that are left in lane. Too smart for that. Instead, he shapeshifts and will run all the way up to this top lane, where his heroes still lie in wait. And what was basically a wasted smoke for Secret has them out of position. The creeps are pushing into mid.
Invisibility.
And soon EG could be pushing into top. Arteezy is smoked up with that invisibility rune. Our heroes are ready. Universe staying towards the back. He doesn't want to get doomed in this fight. He has a lot of net worth invested in him, 16,000. The shapeshift is popped, and we're in for 17 seconds of fighting from Arteezy. Instead, it looks like he'll run away and split push, maybe. Show his face in mid lane. And we see him just running, perhaps down to check on Roshan. He checks the rune, grabs it, and he will just continue farming. A little bit of an interesting choice, but they don't want to fight just yet. Universe PPD, using the buddy system, just sticking together. The next fight will always be underpinned on the hard carry. It's up to Lycan. He's level 25 now, almost 6k to his name. Could buy an Abyssal Blade, but he's at 4k health. Has a good synergy of abilities. Or items, rather. Might drop the Necromicon, though, for another damaging item. And it seems that all of Secret are about to gain another Roshan. EG being a little apprehensive, you could say, sitting in the top lane. They never did assault the high ground here. Keeper of the Light is one of the better people to prevent that push, though, with the Illuminate, with the Mana Leak, eventually Blinding Light, if he pops his ult. But the heroes lie in wait. Lycan popping his shapeshift. 650 move speed. And what's this? The first Ravage coming off on S4, dealing significant damage. They're trying to force staff him away. But with 2 heroes standing next to each other, EG.Universe instantly ravages again. And it's a double kill. Instant buyback from the Brewmaster and Earthshaker. But this fight is going very bad. Sai may fall for his trouble. The gem is on the ground, picked back up by the Doom. And PPD will actually fall here, being prevented from teleporting out. Nonetheless, a double buyback coming out from our heroes. So essentially a 2 for 2. But Arteezy continuing to farm. You see him just roam into the lane, and he'll capture that tower on the back of that. 2 ravages, meaning Universe once again putting out the majority of the damage for the team, in addition to the Lycan. And Kuroki is getting big.
Gold for me.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
With Universe very close to the Shivas, he has his Mystic Staff, yep, and he picks up the recipe. He'll be able to do just a little more damage in the next fight when he does blink in.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
And it looks like an MKB coming out for Arteezy. Yep, total of 200 damage. He's going to be able to refresh that and use that twice as well. He's decked out now. 17, almost 18,000.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
But there is a push at hand that they will have to defend here. Arteezy popping his ultimate.
Oh, look at it go!
S4, BK Bean getting off his ultimate quickly there. And we just see Tidehunter being doomed. Though it was a bit of a waste in my opinion. Since that Ravage was not even off of cooldown. We see him run back to base as a buyback from Nyx. Attempts to hold the mid lane racks. EG Fear being very slippery.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But they do hold with only one of the racks going down. Universe, you see the purple teleportation ring. It's him, he comes in. He uses his Shiva's Guard. Ravage up in 5 seconds. He would love for this fight to last that much longer. S4's ult is used. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. The illusory orb keeping him in place. He sees several heroes. The Ravage comes out. It hits on 4. Make that 5. It's a 5-man Ravage. He just comes in, gets his anchor smash off on several. And with the Gush, gains 700 gold from killing the Medusa. She's down for 98 seconds. Instant buyback coming out from her. Universe coming in with a double kill, helping to kill Earthshaker. Refresher means he'll have another Ravage up. And with Simba caught in the trees here, and all the creeps, he will fall as well. And Keeper of the Light. Of course he'll fall. EG Fear is hot in pursuit. And Arteezy, quick to push down this mid lane. A mega kill streak coming out for Universe. Only one Ravage there, but still cranking out the highest amount of damage for his team. That Ravage hitting on 5. 3 Shiva's Guards coming out there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And the fight will quickly be brought to secret space. The lane's not that pushed out yet, but mid lane is. And with the tier 3 down, they can quickly go in to this exposed top racks.
Dire's
Universe
top
making his
barracks are
way
under
there.
attack.
He's using his blink.
Radiant's
He knows
bottom tower is
refreshers
under
off of
attack.
cooldown, meaning his Ravage is ready. But Arteezy doing work right now. He has an
Dire's
MKB,
top
4k
barracks
health,
has
and they're
fallen.
going straight for the tier 4s. Medusa's down.
Radiant's bottom
Ravage
tower
is ready.
has fallen.
It's a 4v2.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That Archer Aura
Dire's
increasing the
middle
DPS of
tower
everyone.
has fallen.
Doom's coming in. He dooms up Arteezy, but Arteezy just continuing to right click. But there's a
Dire's
Ravage
middle tower has
hitting on
fallen.
2. Arteezy, he's low.
Dire's
He does fall,
ancient
instant
is under
buyback. He has
attack.
tons of money. He has boots. He'll be back in immediately to right click down that Ancient. With 4 heroes dead,
Dire's ancient is under attack.
EG.Universe getting some fantastic Ravages there that this time literally
Evil genius.
made him money.
Victory.
That was the end of that game. That was also the end of the series. On the tail end of that, EG picking up a significant amount, the lion's share of the prize pool. In what I think was Universe playing 4 games in a row on the Tidehunter. We saw a pretty fleshed out strategy by him. Don't die. Get Ravage. Get more Ravage. Get money. Early on, we saw the first blood not go to him in the offlane, his own death, but the opposing offlaner Doom dying. So we just saw Universe take his time, farm up his arcane boots early, as well as a bottle. We saw him rotate around, contest the top rune for being on Radiant side, and on the tail end of that, farm up the Ancients. We saw him pick up his Blink Dagger by 20 minutes, not too shabby. We saw him use it to great effect, several multi-man Ravages. We eventually saw him at the 37-minute mark pick up the Refresher Orb. The cycle was complete, and then Universe could really take the fight to the enemy. His hard carry had done his job, Arteezy farming fantastically on the Lycan all game, in several other games as well. We saw the same story. Universe on Tidehunter, Arteezy on Lycan, multi-man ravages, and that Lycan just chewing away at the heroes. Well, that's going to be all for this edition of Def's Daily Dose of Dota. I'm your host, Michael Deficus Plumley. You can find me on YouTube. My username is Def Broadcasting, DEF Broadcasting. Also, you can find me on Twitter, same handle, Def Broadcasting, DEF Broadcasting. Let me know what you thought of the show. Let me know what heroes you'd like to see analyzed. We can all learn a little more about Dota. Over 100 heroes. There's different specs. There's different items. And we've definitely seen different playstyles. Today, we examined EG.Universe's Tidehunter Offlane, or as I like to call him, the Ravage Hunter. Till next time, I'm Def at Deficus Broadcasting, helping you raise your score.